Using her weight as a tool, she shapes the walls of her future cradle. Before the first light of dawn, she settles in for the long vigil. Beneath her wings, the first of 4 fragile lives begins its journey. With a bill designed for the hunt, she probes the earth for hidden life. The clutch grows, and with it, the stakes of her survival journey. Her eyes positioned high and wide offer a near panoramic view of potential danger. A shallow scrape in the earth will soon become a sanctuary for her eggs. Neither wind nor rain will drive her from her post. As the rain intensifies, the mother's camouflage becomes her only shield. A brief moment away to forage, using a sensitive bill to feel for movement, deep in the mud. With delicate precision, she begins to line her nursery with the forest's debris. A simple scrape in the earth, perfectly hidden in plain sight. By the 5th day, her dedication is absolute, anchoring her to this small patch of earth. With the nest prepared, she scans the woods for any sign of hidden danger. As day 7 dawns, the forest awakens under a warm, golden canopy. Hidden in plain sight, the mother remains a ghost among the ferns. For the mother, every meal is a calculated risk, away from the nest. Morning light brings no clarity, only a cold shroud that hides potential threats. As the sun dips below the horizon, the woodcock prepares for its acrobatic display. In the dead of night, her sensitive bill detects the slightest movement. Beneath the bark, deep within the damp shadows of the forest, a quiet rhythm begins.
Faint.
With rhythmic precision, she begins to soften the earth for her future brood. With the foundation cleared, she tests the earth for the perfect fit. Now she gathers the finishing touches. Dry leaves for insulation and camouflage. Now she moves with her unique rhythmic gait, ever watchful of the shadows. Her eyes positioned high and wide allow her to see nearly 360 degrees. Motionless and invisible, she becomes one with the fallen leaves. As darkness falls, the forest transforms into a world of shadows and mist. With the hunt finished, she returns to the sanctuary she has built. Her camouflage is near perfect, a master of disguise in the forest floor's tapestry. Patience is a mother's greatest tool, as she guards her first precious egg. By the 4th day, her clutch is complete. 4 speckled eggs held in a fragile balance. Her sensitive bill detects the slightest vibrations of life, hidden beneath the silt. 4 lives wait in silence, mere days away from their first glimpse of the world. As evening fades, she settles in for the long, dangerous night ahead. As darkness blankets the forest, the mother becomes one with the earth. 7 days of patient waiting. 2 lives hidden beneath her wings. Midnight on the 8th day. The forest is never truly asleep. As dawn breaks on the 9th day, the forest wakes in a shroud of dew. To maintain her insulation, she must clear the dampness from her coat. 10 days of waiting her commitment is absolute. Her focus, unwavering commitment is absolute. Her focus, unwavering. 10 days of near total stillness begin to weigh on the mother's weary frame. With the stretch complete, she resumes her vital task, shielding her future from the cooling air. Nearby, the male wanders thus the damp edges of the forest, a solitary ghost in the morning light. With a bill designed for the dark, he feels the vibrations of life beneath the soil. The 12th night brings a deeper chill. But I will not move. Each egg must be turned, ensuring the warmth reaches every corner of the life within. On the 13th day, a new shadow falls over the nest. Her only defense now is to vanish into the earth. Safety lies in absolute silence. Hunger finally draws her away from the nest, to the soft earth of the stream. With her meal finished, she returns to the vital task of incubation. 2 weeks in, and for lives wait beneath her protective wing. Safety lies in silence, and the perfect mask of the forest floor. The darkness hides many eyes, but mine must stay open. On the 16th day, the cold morning, dew meets a new warmth from within. On the 17th day, she must carefully rotate the eggs to ensure they develop evenly. Nearby, the male remains apart, his role in the nesting process long since completed. With a sudden burst of energy, he takes to the air, moving across the damp terrain. On the 8th day, the mother feels a faint stirring from within the shells. She remains steadfast, her rhythmic breathing, a quiet lullaby for the life waiting to emerge. By day 19, the nest is vulnerable, and the forest begins to stir with activity. On the 19th day, the first sign of a new generation appears. I must be quick, they are almost here. "20 days of waiting are over. The life within begins to stir. On the morning of the 21st day, the forest holds its breath. Inside the nest, a synchronized struggle for life begins. A tiny beak, armed with an egg tooth, makes its first contact with the world. The mother senses the life stirring beneath her, as the long wait finally nears its end. Within minutes, the struggle for freedom begins in earnest. For the entire brood, a new life emerges wet and fragile, into a world of hidden dangers. Exhausted by the struggle, the first chick takes its very first rest. For the siblings, the hard work of entering the world is just beginning. Soon, this quiet nest will be filled with new life. Just a little more room for your siblings to arrive. Now, dry and alert, the four siblings stand together for the first time. As evening fades, the mother provides the only warmth against the coming chill. In the silence of the first night, survival is a game of remaining unseen. Morning breaks on day 22. The forest is quiet. But danger never sleeps. Probing the damp earth, she finds the vital energy needed to raise her young. But in the shadows of the leaf litter, a silent hunter approaches. Survival depends on remaining invisible. She does not blink. In a desperate gamble, she breaks her cover to play the victim. She leads the threat into the open, away from her hidden nest. While she draws the danger away, her brood remains invisible. On the 23rd day, the mother remains a constant shield for her growing brood. Surrounded by the shells of their past, the chicks begin to explore their immediate world. By day 24, instinct takes hold. As they test the earth with their sensitive bills, survival in the forest depends on staying invisible. When danger prowls nearby, when the sun vanishes, the forest floor becomes a cold and dangerous nursery. By day 25, the mother must work tirelessly to satisfy her growing brood. With the first meal secured, the survival of the brood begins in earnest. By their 4th week, the chicks venture out, exploring the dangerous world on their own. As evening falls, the mother's work is never done, probing the depths for sustenance. A successful hunt provides the vital energy needed for the growing brood. As the sun dips below the horizon, the forest begins its transformation. Danger lurks in the shadows. As the night hunters begin to stir, watch closely. The earth hides many secrets, if you know how to feel for them. By day 28, the chicks are more confident, exploring the mossy corridors of their woodland home. In the quiet of the afternoon, a silent shadow emerges from the brush. Survival here depends on a single rule: stay absolutely still. At 8 days old, the lessons in survival are already bearing fruit. As evening falls, on their 30th day, the mother remains an ever-watchful guardian. By day 31, the brood is bold, enough to navigate the dense ferns of the deep woods. Night brings a new phantom. Silence is their only shield. In the dead of night, survival depends entirely on remaining unseen. By day 33, the forest is no longer just a hiding place, but a classroom. The soft down of infancy gives way to the sturdy feathers of flight. By day 34, the instinct to fly begins to stir in their small frames. On day 35, the mother leads her brood to the water's edge. For the first time, but in the open they are vulnerable. The mother senses a presence nearby. By day 36, the chicks practice flapping to build the strength needed for their first flight. A shadow from above triggers a survival instinct, older than the forest itself. In this stillness, they become part of the earth, invisible to even the keenest eyes. On day 37, a spring rain forces the family to seek shelter. By day 38, the first of the brood finally tastes the air. As evening falls, the young birds face their final transition before independence. This peculiar, rhythmic step, known as the boogie walk, is an instinctive woodcock trait. By vibrating the ground, they may be flushing worms to the surface to feed. On day 39, the mother's vigilance remains their only shield. Venturing further from the nest, the chicks begin to explore the riches of the forest floor. It won't be long before these tiny wings carry them into the sky. In the dead of night, the forest becomes a playground for unseen hunters. Survival is a game of patience, and the predator is drawing closer. A dangerous gamble. She risks her life to lead the threat away. "41 days later, the forest's newest survivors have come into their own. With each passing day, their unique personalities emerge as they master the art of survival.